Who is Vali and what made him so powerful?
Vali is the Vanar king of Kishkinda. He's the son of Indra. Vali has been portrayed as a villain, evil character. There are some really bad translations and bad understanding. Shiva had blessed him. If he stands against any obstacle, 50% of their power will be his. Plus little bit of strength that he had was strength of 40,000 Airavats. The Devas and the Asuras were trying to churn the celestial milky ocean, the Shirasagara. They had tied Vasuki and Vasuki was spitting fire. Despite of Vasuki, despite of all the Devas and Asuras, he churned the ocean and out of that Amrita was born and it was like an obstacle that was released by Vali. Vanars are extremely socially intelligent because we have Hanuman's guidance. You cannot learn anything in your comfort zone. Okay, always outside your comfort zone there is a zone called fear zone. You have to cross that fear zone into something called as a learning zone, okay? And only then you will grow. Vanars are extremely skilled at something or the other. Okay? Vanara, man of the forest. That's what it literally means.
Namaste. Welcome to the Ancient Echoes podcast. Today, I have Jwalaji with me who will share with you the secret lessons of Vali. Jwalaji, could you please introduce yourself?
Namaskar, I am Jwalaji. I am Hanuman Sadak and also I teach Hanuman Sadhana. I basically transfer it to the Vanars who are human beings with a Vanar soul who want to chart the path to Dharma, who want to figure out their life using the knowledge of Hanuman and the transmissions that come from Hanuman. We transfer this knowledge. Okay. So that's what I do. The whole ultimate goal is to basically transfer the itihasa that Hanuman has intended me to transfer to the young people of today, especially because there's a big hunger of knowing our roots, where we come from, and who better to teach this history lesson than Hanuman himself. Right? So I've been learning from Hanuman, and also I've gotten the darshan of Hanuman in the Himalayas, and a lot has been communicated in just that one darshan. And as a result of that, today I'm here with this divine dharma, divine responsibility to carry it forward and share it with anyone who is wanting to bring about this Ram Rajya in the world. And just like Rama cared for everyone, we as well start caring for the people in our life and grow our environment and grow our levels of maturity and grow our levels of social intelligence. And because I started my journey in health. Okay, little did I know that all the problems in the world, which include health problems and wealth problems, stem from this relationship problem that people have. Okay, if you have good relationships in your life, good, meaningful, purposeful relationships, then you will have a lot of health and you will enjoy a lot of wealth as well. So social intelligence is what we learn in Hanuman Sadhana, Hanuman lifestyle, because Vanars are extremely socially intelligent. Okay, and because we have Hanuman's guidance, we have social intelligence, and we don't have any problems of isolation, loneliness, existential crisis, identity crisis, and all those modern mental diseases that you find people have, multiple personality and all that stuff. Okay, because we really work on the mind, because the knowledge that is coming is of supreme virtue, of supreme consciousness. Okay, that's the knowledge that is coming, and so all the problems are taken care of at the root. We don't have these problems of the modern day psychological and social problems, because we have really understood the mind and we have really transferred that knowledge into a sadhana, into a discipline of the body, so that we ingrain and embed these programs, these codes of the mind within the physical body. And as a result of that, with our physical body, we are able to transcend our physical body into the subtle body, into the mind, and create changes there. and create our destiny, have the power to push aside everything else, which is a distraction from our destiny, right? So that's what it is. That's what we do. You must have seen our videos on Instagram, Facebook, etc., etc. So it's a movement. It's growing on. It's maturing really fast, and it's extremely viral. It's extremely contagious. Once you're a part of this Hanuman's energy, you just grow into someone who you cannot recognize. Oh, today I'm this person. Just last month I was someone else. Okay, so you'll have this kind of a lot of energy. Okay, unlimited energy is what Hanuman is. Okay, so Atulita Baladhama, right? Yeah.
Thank you, Jwalaji. So, in this episode of Ancient Echoes, we're talking about Vali, who was a leader in
Mm.
Kishkinda, but he was killed by Sri Ram. And when you made the first episode in the old
Mm.
Ancient Echoes, you also started with Vali, and personally, it was one of my favorite
Mm.
episodes. I used to listen to it
Mm.
again and again. So, let's start with
Mm.
who is Vali and what made him so
Mm.
powerful.
So Vali is Vanar king, okay, of Kishkinda. Kishkinda is the Vanar empire kingdom, and Vali is that, and he's the son of Indra. Okay, Indradev had a son with one of the forest-dwelling beings, who are Vanars. Okay, Vanars are forest-dwelling divine celestial beings. Okay, so you don't find them very easily. If you are lucky, you'll come across them, but they're very hidden. But in the past, it was not so. They interacted with humans. They have a great history, a very powerful army. They're extremely strong. And Wali has been portrayed as the villain. Wali has been portrayed as a evil character. Okay, he has been portrayed as a demon. A lot of people call him a demon. Okay, in their writings, there are some really bad translations and bad understanding. Vali had the blessing of Shiva, and he had helped the gods and the asuras, okay, devatas and the asuras during the churning of the ocean, the Shirasagara, the great cosmic ocean. The devas and the asuras were trying to churn the celestial milky ocean, the Shirasagara, and they had tied Vasuki, who's the snake on Shiva's neck. They tied him around this mountain Mandara, and they were trying to pull in opposite directions at opposite instances, and that's how they were trying to churn it. Okay, but at one point of time, they tried all their might. They tried all their powers and siddhis and mayavi shaktis, and still nothing happened. The mountain was not moving only. Okay, and Vasuki was spitting fire. Okay, he was extremely hot because of all the wear and tear and inflammation. He was spitting fire, and all the gods and asuras and devas were scared. What to do? We don't know now. We'll not have the Amrita because Amrita was supposed to come out of it. They all went to Shiva, and Shiva said, "Go to fetch Vali. Okay, I have blessed him. He will help you." So they went to Vali and they invited him. Can you help us? He came flying, and he saw what was happening, and he prayed to Mahadev Shiva, and he thanked him for giving him this opportunity. Okay, Shiva had blessed him with the boon that if he stands against any obstacle, any enemy, he will get 50% of their energy, 50% of their power will be his, 50% of their strength will be his. Okay, plus little bit of his strength, which makes him more powerful than his enemy, than his opponent, than his obstacle, whatever it is. Okay, so plus little bit of strength that he had was the strength of 40,000 Airavats. Okay, Airavat is the elephant that Indra sits on. Indra is the king of gods, king of heaven. Okay, and also the master of your senses. Your senses come from Indra. Okay, the senses are of divine creation, and Indra rules them. Okay, he's the king of the gods, king of the heavens. He has a Vahana called Airavat. Okay, and his skin is tough as anything like a diamond. Okay, and he has 4 tusks. 40,000 of those elephants is the strength of Vali, and he's taking 50% of the strength of the enemy. That's how much strength he has. Okay, then Vali stood in front of the gods and asuras, and he took 50% of their energy. He took his gada, it became really big. He put his gada inside the ocean, and he turned the ocean. Okay, despite of Vasuki, despite of all the devas and asuras, he churned the ocean, and out of that, Amrita was born, and it was like an obstacle that was released by Vali. Okay, so he helped all the gods and goddesses, and they were showering praises, showering flowers over him. They gave him the highest honor. Okay, that's who Vali is. People miss out on this story, and they look at oh, Vali, evil monkey ruler, evil monkey demon. Okay, who was killing Sugriva. Okay, so you have to know this background of Vali. Vali had defeated Ravan twice, not once. Once he had wrapped him in his tail and beaten him in every city. He took him to every city and he beat him in every city. And his blood was flowing in the streets of each and every city. Okay, that's the description given in the Ramayana. Okay, which Ramayana? Not Valmiki Ramayana. Okay, there are other Ramayans as well. The Kamba Ramayana is the one I like as well. So you can check it out. Okay, it's really beautifully written of how Vali, beat Ravana up. Okay, in each and every corner of the world, Vali was, you know, Vali was of importance. Okay, cannot ignore him. He is one of the most powerful beings on that planet at that time. Okay, so once Vali was chasing a Rakshas inside the earth called Mayavi. Okay, Mayavi Rakshas. And Sugriv was also behind him, helping him. Mayavi went inside a cave inside the earth, and Vali followed him. And Mayavi did some trick. He started flowing blood out of the cave. Okay, blood started flowing out of the cave, and he created an illusion of sounds of Vali being killed. Okay, Sugriv heard that illusion, and he thought, "Oh shit, my brother is dead. I need to do something. What to do? What to do?" He asked his ministers. Minister said, "Now you have to rule in place of your brother. Let's close this entrance so that Mayavi doesn't come out." And they took all big rocks and sealed off the entrance of the cave, and happily sat on the throne. After 15, some say 15 days, some say 15 years, 15 seasons. Okay, Vali was trying to destroy the obstacle, and he was literally, burnt out. Like, he was unnerved and on the edge. He lost it because of that sheer anger of knowing that what Sugriv had done, and with that anger, with that intention of anger, the action that he had taken was of a really violent nature. He was destroying all the rocks. He couldn't calm down. And when he went back to Kishkinda, he started beating up Sugriv, saying that, "You traitor, you took my throne. I'll beat you, I'll kill you, I'll crack open your head." Okay. So he started beating Sugriv, and Sugriv, afraid that he cannot fight his brother, who is like extremely strong. No known person can defeat this person. He ran away into an ashram of a rishi called Matang. Matang Rishi's ashram is there if you go to Hampi. Now it has become the hippie island, where a lot of illegal things used to happen. But now that hippie island is also being closed up. It's good, but that is Matang Rishi's ashram, where that mountain was there, which is called the Rishimukh Parvat. Okay, for those of you who travel this land, this Bharat Varsh, you need to go to these places and you need to see it. You need to see it with your own eyes. You need to sense it with your own being. You need to go and live there for a few days and experience what it was like. Hampi Kishkinda is a place that has frozen in its own time. Okay, it's if you go there, you will be like, what time, what era have I entered in this human history? And you'll be like, wow, this is a part of my itihasa. So much has happened here. I've read stories about it, but there are actual places where these things have happened, and I'm there today. There are remnants of those places. Sit there, meditate, something good will come. Okay, so that's who Vali is. Okay, that's the short story of Vali. If you have any questions on this, you can ask. There's more about Vali in
Awesome.
Ramayana, where Rama kills him and all. We'll also touch upon that.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you for that. My next question is, how was Vali able to get 50% of his
Hmm.
opponent's power?
He was initiated into it by Shiva, and this was given as a gift to him to be used for good things. But he got this by this simple mantra: I am the lowest of the low, you're the highest of the high. Okay? I am the lowest of the low, you are the highest of the high. I am at your feet, I am below you, you are above me. This is respect. Okay? If you learn to see this light of respect in front of you, in the people in front of you, you learn a lot from them. Okay? But if there is something called as ego, which comes and tells you that you're bigger than something or someone, you start comparing, start judging, that will be the end of your learning. Okay? Or I'm smaller than someone. Okay? It's not that I'm smaller than you. It's not that I'm insignificant, I'm not good enough. It's that because of you, I'm here, I'm able to see this. Okay? I'm at your feet, oh wise. Because whatever you're saying is making sense to me. So I'm listening to you. I'm learning from you. I'm at your feet. Okay? Because the greatest of all wealths is the wealth of listening. Okay? It's from the Vedas. The greatest of all wealth is the wealth of listening. And anyone who is wise, who's speaking something, and if you are in their presence, you're listening, you should be at their feet. You should surrender at their feet. Okay? Because otherwise, how will you receive this wealth? Okay? To learn, you have to listen. To listen, you have to be at someone's feet. To be at someone's feet, you have to really adopt this mantra, which is I'm the lowest of the low, you are the highest of the high. Water flows from high potential to low potential. Okay, the ocean has all the wealth. Okay, Gyan Gun Sagar, all the rivers flow to the Sagar. Okay, so you be there, be the recipient of this energy. Energy is coming to you from them. Grace is coming to you from these people. Anyone has the ability to give you grace. Okay, anyone has the ability to shower you with blessings. When you have their blessings, you have already won the war. There's no need to fight. No. What? They say that keep your enemies closer than your friends. Right? You have to love your enemy because the enemy is helping you rise up to where you belong. Okay. Enemies always choose your enemies wisely. Okay. Most people's enemies are something really stupid. Okay, husband, wife. They're not your enemies. Listen to them, okay? Listen to them. If you think they're your enemies, how do you treat your enemies? Learn from them. Be present to them. You have to be in Adbhuta. You have to be in wonder and amazement. Only then you can adopt this mantra. Okay? I am the lowest of the low. You're the highest of the high. I'm just looking at you and all the energy is coming to me. All the grace that you have is showering from you to me. Thank you for giving me this grace. Okay, that's the mantra. He was extremely humble, Vali. Okay, when Rama shot the arrow from the back, he didn't say, how dare you shoot this arrow from the back? You traitor, you cheater, you coward. He didn't do all of this drama. He humbly, respectfully said, why did you, oh great Rama, who is the incarnation of Vishnu himself, do such a cowardly act of shooting someone from the back? Okay. He wants to learn this. He's not already made a judgment that you're a coward. He wants to know what is happening. Okay. So that's Vali. Okay. There's lots of things in Ramayana. You have to go and you have to read this. Okay. All right.
You. So, Jwalaji, is chanting the mantra enough, or should one also lead a better lifestyle?
Yeah, of course, lifestyle is necessary for anyone who's doing any sadhana. But again, lots of people's lifestyle, if I see them doing sadhana, it's also not really good. Your lifestyle needs to give you the stable energy and the stable focus to apply this mantra consistently for some time till you start seeing the results. Okay. You need energy to start practicing. How will you get the energy? If your internal cycles of energy are in tune with the external cycles of energy, of nature. Okay. So that is very foundational. Okay. We call them the Maryadas, Guru Maryadas. Because along with energy also stable knowledge comes. Okay. Along with stable energy, you have stable knowledge. You'll be able to go through hardships in your life without breaking down, without breaking apart, without being in pieces and shambles, because of stable knowledge and the stable power that you receive from this lifestyle. Okay. You don't see trees collapse because there is rain, right? One or two trees collapse, but there are thousands of other trees standing. They have weathered all kinds of storms. But you see the rivers in the mountains in the Himalayas, and you see all those buildings that they have built along the rivers and how they're getting washed away, all of them. No foundation, no stable energy, no stable knowledge that is rooted in the dharma of this land. Okay, this knowledge is there, no? But the people who have built those structures, their energy cycles are extremely shabby, extremely, unclean, unkept. And as a result, the knowledge that they use was also very short term. And as a result, nothing lasts. Cars, people get new cars today in a couple of years, they are as good as old. Okay. But I went to this place in the forest in Masinagudi, near Ooty. It's like another place which has been frozen in time. You see all the old cars, okay, jeeps and those desert Thars and all, gypsy, extremely old vehicles, and you sit in them, they're as good as new. I'm like, where am I? Where are they having these vehicles and how have they preserved them? And there are forests around, and they have been able to slow down the time, adjust according to the cycles of the forest. Okay, they have not brought their city lifestyle, cosmopolitan, metropolitan lifestyle there and start creating conflict, conflict against the cycles of energy, against the cycles of knowledge, against the cycles of coded information that is there in each and every cell of life. Okay, we when we do that, we lose it. Okay, so lifestyle is very important. When you have lifestyle, it sets the foundation for stable power, stable energy, stable purpose, stable knowledge to serve that purpose. Okay, that's a dharma. Okay, dharma cannot change. People have to change for dharma. Okay, so lifestyle is most important. You don't know if how many attacks have happened to you, how many attacks, subtle attacks have happened to you and your history, and the resultant lifestyle that you live, which is 9 to 5 and breaks on weekends and wanting the weekends really badly and trying to get out of that corporate rat race and slave ladders. These are the lifestyles of consistent attacks that have happened on your energy body and on your itihasa, on your history. You have been completely disconnected from your roots and the stories that you have been taught in your school and in your colleges and what to aspire for. You have been completely brainwashed inside this prisoner education system and employment system and religious systems as well. They are extremely not connected to the roots. Nobody knows what they're doing. Everybody is running behind something, shiny thing or the other, one after the other. So it needs to stop somewhere. Stability is what we need. Okay. So stop at Hanuman. Hanuman is the brahmachari. Okay. He has so much virya. He'll stabilize your boat in life. Okay. He's a great start point in all spirituality. Okay. A lot of people look up to Hanuman when they're new to spirituality. Start learning things like Hanuman Chalisa, for example. Okay. So that lifestyle is very important. You follow those lifestyle, you start getting the grace, start getting the energy, start getting the knowledge, start getting dharma. Once you have dharma, then the wealth that you get will be meaningful, which is artha. Okay, and then you will have a lot of luxurious arousals in your life. That is kama. Okay, and then moksha will lead. You'll be led to moksha. Okay, so it's a process. It comes. You have to stabilize your energy field. The first step that you have to do is follow a stable lifestyle. Balance your dopamine circuits. Balance your circadian clock. Balance your oxytocin. Balance your good hormones. Don't go looking for good hormones by doing cheap acts. Okay? By looking for shortcuts to receiving them. Okay? Be very careful. Okay? That's why you have to train. You'll get distracted by these traps that make you want to get good rewards instantly.
So, the secret to becoming more energized is living a
Correct.
stable life. And you said we have to follow certain maryadas. Could you share some of them?
Yeah, like Surya Dev Maryadas. You have to be out in the sun without any shirt. Okay. You have to look at the sun, the rising sun, the setting sun. Okay. You have to stay away from artificial suns that come out at night. TV screens, mobile screens, artificial lights, car lamps, street lights, and also artificial sounds, which are extremely, disrupting. They disrupt your peace. In a city, if you're living and you continuously keep hearing the honking of cars and the sounds of horns of trains and industries and heavy sounds of construction going on, it just disrupts your internal rhythm. Okay. First, you have to go out. That's why one of the things also that we do is Bhumi Devi Maryada, okay, which is also Sita Mata Maryada. Okay. Walk barefoot on the earth or walk with grounded slippers at least if you cannot take it. Okay. Say you are living in a city and you cannot be barefoot in that kind of an environment. So wear slippers that have grounding in them. Okay. You can wear leather ones. Leather ones have good grounding. Okay. These are some of the basic maryadas. When you're drinking water, don't directly drink from the tap. The water has been extremely attacked. Okay. You have more than 200 chemicals in the water that you drink that comes to your tap. Okay. Which is not water anymore. It has been extremely highly treated into some kind of a chemical that you call as water, although it has H2O. Okay, you have to keep RO water, which removes all of these chemicals. Get a good RO filter. You take that water and you keep it in the sun. Keeping that water in the sun will create prana inside this water, and it will capture the solar energy. It will create good electrons in the water. When you drink that water, you'll have a lot of hydration. Okay, have some pink salt or something before having that, which creates that electrical potential difference, so that when you drink that water, the charge easily comes in. Because sometimes the potential difference is very low, and even if you drink the water, the cells don't absorb that water because the charge is missing. To create that charge, you put those electrolytes, which are basically sodium chloride, potassium chloride, magnesium chloride. These are good salts that are there in that pink salt. Okay, so like that you follow the maryadas. Okay, one of the maryadas is also that you don't lose your sexual energy, don't ejaculate, don't be desperate, uncontrolled pervert. Okay, uncontrollable pervert, desperate, uncontrollable pervert. That's what porn makes you. Okay, that's what cheap Bollywood stories, sexual stories make you. Okay, so you have to wash away all this kachara. Okay, and the karmas that come along with these kacharas that you carry in your mind. Okay, and they pollute your dream senses. They pollute your senses. Okay, when you have this lifestyle, you start clearing this kachara out. Okay, when you sit in the sun and all the toxic shit that you have ingested in your body starts getting thrown out. It's not comfortable. Okay, people try it for 3 days and then they go back. Okay, why? Because it's not comfortable. But you have to find comfort there. Otherwise, how will you learn in your comfort zone? You cannot learn anything in your comfort zone. Okay, cannot learn anything in the comfort zone. Always outside a comfort zone, there is a zone called fear zone. You have to cross that fear zone into something called as a learning zone. Okay, and only then you will grow. Okay, otherwise you want to stay the same and do your sadhana in your room and sit up at night in artificial lights and keep binging on some social media app and keep ordering on Swiggy all the time and keep getting addicted to all kinds of substances and keep ejaculating at night or in the morning and keep getting distracted. Have no boundaries. Let anyone and everyone come to your life and wash you away. Okay, push you away. Okay, let anyone and everyone come in your life and make you the victim. Why? Because no virya, no discipline, no focus, no energy, no stable energy. Why? Because you don't care to know about your dharma. Okay, why not? You have to deeply care. That's the only thing that you need right now is to know your dharma. Okay, do you think it's so easy? No. You have to work hard. You have to let go of a lot of kachara before you start sensing this divine responsibility, which is your dharma. Okay, God is not so easily perceived. Right? For that, you need that discipline, that lifestyle.
Right. So, Jwalaji, we Vanars are leading this disciplined life. So, could you tell us what is the mindset of a Vanar and who is a Vanar?
Hmm. The mindset of a Vanar is of complete service, life of servicehood to Rama. Okay, nothing else. Anything that the Vanar does, he sees the bigger picture of Rama in that. Okay, and Vanars are extremely skilled at something or the other. Like they might be great musicians, or they might be great tech developers, they might be great architects, they might be great, trainers and all those kinds. They are extremely, they have all the greatest potential and all the greatest skills in their arsenal, but they are humble and they are ready to serve using their skills for the bigger picture of Rama. Okay, they are not interested in the corporate pictures of greed and lust. Okay, they're not interested in those pictures. So that's a Vanar. Okay, and a Vanar has deep connection to the land, to the forest of where he or she belongs to. That Vanar is someone who is intimately connected to the message that this land communicates to him or her, and based on that, they are able to know, they're able to sense what to do, what not to do. Are my actions aligning according to this earth that I live on? And this earth is in the heart. Okay, the heart of a Vanar is deeply connected to the field of the earth. Okay, protection of land. Okay, Vanara, man of the forest. That's what it literally means. Okay, Vanara. Okay. If you look at historical examples like Maharana Pratap, who died to protect the dharma of this land, Shivaji Maharaj. Okay, great people, extremely great, powerful people who were deeply tied and connected to the dharma of this land because they knew the story of Rama and the concept of Ram Rajya, that we have to all unite as one without any drama and live life as intelligent, civilized, caring, loving human beings on this planet, so that we solve greater problems in this universe rather than our own survival problems of hunger and poverty and all of that stuff. Okay, this is 2020, 2025, and the biggest problems in the world that we are solving today, even today, are of hunger, or of poverty, or of employment, or of violence, or of survival. Okay, why? You have to ask ourselves. We have the power of thought, we have the power of mind, but nobody wants to know that. Nobody wants to train that. Nobody wants to commit to this land, to this place, to their own heart, because they're afraid. They're afraid of what they'll find, that the whole life that they've been living can be a lie. What they've been taught and all the identities that have come from it are all a lie. Okay, are all just transactions and not really deep-seated truths that they're born to live by. Okay, so but our ancestors did it, man. We have some really good examples, and if you go back and you see, you start learning about them, and then you start getting the message. When you start getting the message, you'll drop all the falsehood, all the lies, all the asat, and you'll follow the path of truth. That's a Vanar who's interested in only the truth. And the truth is Rama. When they do a lot of deep investigation in their heart, they arrive upon him. At the core, at the depth of the heart is Rama. Okay, that's why they are born. They've been sent by Rama only, man. Like, you go and you do this now. This is the time now going on. People need you. Connect them back to the earth. Tell them the law of the land. Tell them the dharma of the land. And what has happened before them. What has happened to their ancestors and their ancestors, and all the way to Bharat, who is our greatest ancestor. We call this land Bharatvarsh. Okay, and a lot of other great ancestors. Okay, Rama fought for his ancestors' lineage, for the reputation of his ancestors. Why do you think he had to do the Agni Pariksha for Sita Ma, right? To preserve the dignity of his ancestors. It's there in the Valmiki Ramayana. You go and read it. You'll come to know how deeply tied it is. Okay, people don't understand this. They swallow half-baked ideas and half-truths, which is a lie. And that's why they create false narratives of Rama being a misogynist and all. I'm like, hey, hold on. How much have you actually gone and read these things before you make these statements? I was myself like that, okay, around 15 years ago. So it led me to this place because I didn't judge. I went with the right questions and I got my answers. I'm here sharing these answers to you. Anyone who is in doubt, anyone who is in conflict, moral conflict, dharam sankat, watch these episodes. You'll get some clarity. Okay? And then you can act on your dharma.
So, for someone who resonates with this message and connects with the identity of a Vana, what is their next step in learning more about Hanuman Sadhana?
Well, the next step is you qualify yourself to do the sadhana. Okay? So there are some things that I've written down. Okay. First, there are 5 S's that you have to follow. 5 S. Okay. First is you have to be disciplined. Okay. Which is your sadhana. First S is your sadhana. Okay. The second S is your seva. Okay. Which means when you do seva, you start creating value towards your dharma. Okay. Otherwise, how do you know whether it's valuable or not? You'll create something of value. The world will love it, but you will be like, oh, I don't really feel that it is valuable. I don't really find meaning in this. You'll not have that reward achievement from that. Okay. You just did it because the world thought it was a good idea, but not you. But when you do seva, you start generating value for your dharma. That's the second S. Third S is the Shraddha, okay, which is the devotion of divine warrior. Okay. The devotion of a divine warrior is Shraddha. It's also Bhakti, but if you have more commitment, it will be Shraddha. Okay. So that's the third S. Okay. You have to be fiercely devoted here. Okay. Your devotion needs to be fierce, which means nothing can shake it off. Okay. Doubts and confusions and arguments and losses and court cases and police complaints and all those things that might scare you shouldn't shake you and your devotion. Okay, it needs to be more fierce than what life is throwing at you. Okay, so that's the third S. The fourth S is Shrishti, which is your environment. Okay, you're only as good as your environment. If you're a Vanar, you feel called for this adventure of being a Vanar and reclaiming your itihasa. If you feel called for this as your dharma, but you're surrounded by complete adharmis who drink at night, who party at night, who have lawless relationships, who abuse their power, who abuse their money, who abuse their virya, who abuse their tongue, who say harmful things to hurt other people. If you're surrounded by these people, you will be an equivalent of that. You will be an average of that environment. No matter how deeply connected you feel to Rama, if you don't discard this, purify this environment, then you will be washed away. Muddy waters will come inside your heart, take the jewel of Rama, and they'll wash it out. And then you'll have to go looking all the time. Where did I lose? Where did I lose it? Where did I lose it? Where did I lose it? Oh, what if I just take care of my environment, eliminate all the harmful thoughts and ideas and limitations that people have around me? It's not the fault of people, but it's the belief that they carry with them. The limiting beliefs and ideas and thoughts that they carry with them, that they try to create in their environment. And if you are in their environment, you're caught up there. Why do you want that? Figure a way out of there. Okay? Grow out of there. Become brave. Try not to get washed away by their kachra. Okay? Try to hold your principles, your morals, your dharma. Try to stay connected to it as it is happening. Okay? If you do sadhana, if you do seva, if you have shraddha, you will not be having problems with your environment. Okay? You will be having a stable presence in your environment, and the environment will start making itself better. Okay, you say, oh, toxic environment. My environment is toxic. My partner is toxic. Why are you being someone who is getting washed inside that toxin? Why are you allowing that toxin to enter your mouth, go in each and every cell of you, corrupt you before it kills you? Who are you being? What are you doing there when you say toxic work environment? Why are you there? Okay, so your environment, your shrishti is very important. Okay, so if you have a good shrishti is something that you create around you. It starts getting created. For Vanars, this is the shrishti, the forest. So you come out, you connect with your source, the forest, deeply connect with it. Start doing your practices here in the forest. And then you see the energy, how it changes in your house, in your work, wherever you go, even in the public transport. Okay, you start bending the minds of people according to the shrishti that you carry along with you, which is backed by Hanuman's grace. Okay, it's very powerful. It reorganizes the minds and energies of people because you yourself have reorganized your internal environment. Your internal shrishti has become into a forest. Now when people stand next to you, they feel like they're in the forest. And then they feel like they're in the forest, all their triggers go away, all their hostility is dropped, all their weapons that they stab and backstab you with, they're unarmed. They let their guard down. That's the lowest of the low. Okay? Cannot be attacked only. Because you already have more strength than them. You have 50% of the strength. Okay? So that's the environment, and the fifth S is the sealing of your energy leaks. Despite of doing these first four S's, if you still keep losing energy to something or the other in your life, then it's of no use. You will not be able to have stable dharma, and you will let down the gods, you let down the divine, you let down grace that has come to you. You need to plug your energy leaks, okay, seal them off. So the fifth S is called Sarva Bandha. Okay, all the directions we do directional sadhana. Okay, there are lots of directional sadhanas that we do. One of them is the Hanuman Dands. You seal all the directions. Okay, 360-degree protection and 360 degrees guidance you get. Okay, so these are some of the qualifications that someone needs to have before they start Hanuman sadhana. Okay, so then you receive your gada and then you start training as well. Okay. Yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Awesome. So my last question is, for anyone in the listeners group, what is one message or practice you would like to share to them?
One practice again I shared today, right? I'm the lowest of the low. You're the highest of the high. All your energy flows to me. Okay? 50% of your energy is mine. So you imagine, okay? You imagine a pasha. Vali has a gada in his hand. Okay? In the other hand, he carries a pasha. Okay? Pasha is a noose. Okay? It's a noose. The cowboys carry it, right? When they're trying to catch a cow on the horse, they swing it and they throw the noose and it catches the neck of the cow and then it tightens. Okay? And then you can control the cow wherever you want it. That's the mind. Okay? So you imagine this pasha, okay, coming from your hips. Okay? It's going out and it is wrapping itself in the neck of the opponent. Okay, you just imagine this. Whenever you're in any kind of conflict with anyone, whenever there is any threat to you from someone is trying to impose themselves on you, someone is trying to criticize you, someone is trying to give you unsolicited advice. Okay, I find it really hard to speak English nowadays because of the way people have abused this language. But it's okay. Like when you have these kinds of situations, right? You imagine you just do a small rotation with your hip. Okay, look at them. Like make sure that you're sitting straight. Okay, you're not slouching and you're not like in a very weak posture. Okay, make sure that your posture is good and strong. Okay, and you look at them, smile at them. I am the lowest of the low. You are the highest of the high. All the energy flows from you to me, and then you throw this pasha from your hips. It goes, catches their neck, and it pulls them down. Okay, and you start seeing all their power, all their energy, all their wealth, all their resources, all the energy that they have coming to you in your uh, in the vessel that you carry. Okay, everyone carries a vessel here below the navel, which is the udiana. Okay, that's where all the energy is stored. That's where the pelvic floor. Okay, so you start feeling that energy, their energy come to you. Okay, that's the technique. Okay, you have to dream this, practice this a lot. Okay, practice this with the people you have conflicts with. Okay, don't lose energy, just play it. Okay, it's all play, but it's in the mind. Okay, it's a very subtle self-defense technique that my Guruji had taught me, and he told me I can reveal it, but I cannot reveal the name of my Guru. So you can try it out in wherever you're finding difficulty in your life. Okay, wherever you're finding arguments, conflicts, threats from people, or someone is threatening you, criticizing you, putting you down, showing you your place, unless you respect them already. Okay, I mean, you have to respect everyone. If they're born in Bharat, you have to have default respect to everyone. Don't go and disrespect anyone. Don't do this stupid thing only. Okay, you're the lowest of the low with respect. I'm the lowest of the low with respect to you. You're the highest of the high. Okay, have that respect. Only then, when you have this respect, you try this technique and you see the magic. What happens? You tell me. Tell it to me in the comments. Try it out a couple of times, viewers, and tell me in the comments what happened. Okay, miracles will happen. Okay, and say Jai Shri Ram after doing this. Okay.
Thank you for the lessons today, Jwalaji.
My
Jai
pleasure.
Shri Ram.
I hope you like it. Share it with people who want to connect with our itihasa. Okay, share this word. We are restarting this again. The only reason why we are restarting this is because of the fire of the Vanaras who want to reclaim their itihasa, who don't want to be fed wrong, half-truths, disempowering histories that make them weak. This is a movement started by you guys. I am here because you guys have put me here. Okay. Otherwise, I'll be doing something else. But because of that deep care that I see within your hearts, it inspires me. It keeps me going. So please share it with fellow Vanars who you think also have this in their heart. And the people you care about who are there in your heart, share it with them. And share this message with them. Okay, it's very important. Okay. You'll do service, you'll do seva of Hanuman. You'll have grace of Hanuman. Okay. That's it.
Thank you.
Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.
Right. Thank you, Acharya ji.